Welcome, curious minds, to a tale both chilling and perplexing. On May 30, 1987, while working at the Drake Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio, Donald Harvey targeted 42-year-old John Powell, a patient suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. Harvey had already developed a pattern of administering lethal doses of toxic substances to patients whom he deemed to be suffering excessively or who were unlikely to recover. Harvey approached John Powell's hospital bed and injected him with a lethal dose of cyanide. Powell died shortly afterward. His death, like many others under Harvey's care, was initially attributed to natural causes or underlying medical conditions, allowing Harvey to continue his deadly spree undetected. It wasn't until 1987 that suspicions began to arise regarding the unusually high mortality rate in the hospitals where Harvey had worked. When a medical examiner noticed an unusual number of deaths, an investigation was launched. Harvey's role in the deaths was discovered when he confessed to his crimes in a letter to his attorney. In the letter, Harvey detailed the murders of 24 patients, though the true number of victims may have been much higher. His arrest sent shockwaves through the healthcare community as colleagues and hospital staff were horrified to learn of his actions. Donald Harvey was charged with multiple counts of murder and was subsequently convicted in 1987. He was sentenced to multiple life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. In a plea deal, he avoided the death penalty. Donald Harvey was born and raised in Butler County, Ohio. His childhood was marked by adversity, including strained relationships with his parents and numerous suicide attempts during his adolescence. Despite these struggles, he pursued a career in healthcare, initially working as an orderly and later as a nurse's aide in various hospitals. Harvey's descent into serial killing began when he worked in hospitals across Ohio and Kentucky. He earned the chilling moniker Angel of Death due to his practice of administering lethal doses of toxic substances to patients under his care, often targeting those who were terminally ill or unlikely to recover. Harvey's murder spree spanned several years, and the exact number of his victims remains uncertain. He confessed to killing at least 37 patients, though some estimates suggest the true number may have exceeded 50. His method typically involved administering lethal substances such as cyanide, arsenic, or insulin to patients, causing their deaths. These deaths were often attributed to natural causes or underlying medical conditions, allowing Harvey to evade suspicion for an extended period. In 1987, suspicions arose regarding the unusually high mortality rate in hospitals where Harvey had worked. An investigation was launched, and Harvey's involvement in the deaths was uncovered when he confessed to his crimes in a letter to his attorney. In 1987, Donald Harvey was charged with multiple counts of murder. In a plea deal, he avoided the death penalty by pleading guilty to 37 counts of murder. He was sentenced to multiple life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. His conviction sent shockwaves through the healthcare community. Harvey claimed that he committed the murders to end the suffering of terminally ill patients. He also asserted a desire to exercise control over life and death, which he found through his deadly actions. His confessions shed light on the disturbing psychology that drove him to commit these heinous acts. On March 30, 2017, Donald Harvey's life came to a violent end when he was found severely beaten in his cell at the Toledo Correctional Institution in Ohio. He succumbed to his injuries a few days later, marking the conclusion of his dark chapter as the Angel of Death. Donald Harvey, the Angel of Death, was a deeply disturbing figure in the realm of serial killers. Are some intriguing and unsettling facts about him? Donald Harvey confessed to killing at least 37 patients during his time as a healthcare worker. However, the actual number of victims may have been much higher, with some estimates suggesting it could be over 50. His ability to operate undetected for so long is chilling. Harvey claimed that he committed these murders out of a misguided sense of mercy, believing that he was ending the suffering of terminally ill patients. This warped justification for his actions sets his case apart from many other serial killers. Harvey employed various toxic substances to murder his victims, including cyanide, arsenic, and insulin. He administered these lethal doses under the guise of providing care, making it difficult for medical professionals to suspect foul play. Colleagues and hospital staff found it difficult to believe that Harvey, who appeared as a caring and dedicated healthcare worker, could be responsible for such heinous crimes. His ability to maintain a facade of normalcy was a key factor in his ability to continue his murder spree. Harvey's crimes came to light when he confessed in a letter to his attorney, which detailed his involvement in the deaths of multiple patients. This confession led to his arrest and eventual conviction. In a plea deal, Harvey avoided the death penalty by pleading guilty to 37 counts of murder. Instead, he was sentenced to multiple life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. On March 30, 2017, Harvey met a violent end in prison. He was found severely beaten in his cell at the Toledo Correctional Institution in Ohio and subsequently succumbed to his injuries a few days later. The circumstances of his death added a disturbing twist to his already chilling story. Donald Harvey's case had a significant impact on healthcare practices and the oversight of medical professionals. It prompted hospitals to reevaluate their security and monitoring procedures to prevent similar crimes from occurring in the future. Harvey's case continues to be studied by psychologists and criminologists due to the unique motivation behind his crimes and the chilling juxtaposition of his compassionate facade with his deadly actions. Donald Harvey's story serves as a haunting reminder of the vulnerability of patients in healthcare settings and the capacity for extreme darkness within certain individuals. His case remains one of the most disturbing instances of serial killing within a healthcare context. Until we cross paths again, may you ponder the depths of human darkness